What's up, everybody? Welcome to DISRUPTu, episode 56. I'm Ryan Thogmartin, and this is the funeral profession's only marketing web show. Fire today. But first, shout out my daughter, Kyron, who made this sweet hoodie, custom, one of one. Pretty proud of her, made it from scratch. So I think that's pretty dope. It's a pretty special gift, so shout out to Kyron. All right, so what I want to talk about today is what is fundamentally missing out of every marketing conversation that is being had in the funeral profession, period. We are leaving this out of the equation, and we spend the majority of our time talking about brand and talking about sales. Those are two great things, but there's a component in the middle that makes this sales end happen. And look, we're guilty of it too. We talk a lot about the ability to be able to drive leads through social media. What it comes down to is not your ability to put out content. You can put out content all day long and it's not going to drive anything. So if you are getting free social media content from your website provider, from your pre-need company, from some app that you bought, from one of your other vendors, you're getting free social media content. You can post that content every day, all day, 100 times a day. It'll get you absolutely zero business. Why? Because of the component that is missing with that content. That content is 100% generic. It's not specific to your funeral home. A grief and inspirational quote graphic, not specific to your funeral home. Any funeral home could post that same graphic, and it may get a few likes and may even get a comment. Probably not a comment, but it may get a few likes. Liking a grief and inspirational quote graphic has nothing to say that I like your brand and would use your brand. They just agree with that grief and inspirational quote graphic. That is not leveraging somebody from engaging with a funeral home to saying that's the funeral home that I want my family to use. Organic content's going to do that because of this principle. And alert, this is the part you need to listen to. The value of the organic content is that it builds a relationship, period. Relationships are what drive transparency and trust, which are able to be leveraged for sales. Relationships are the key component that is in the middle of brand and the middle of sales. This is where we build the relationship. It becomes the nucleus, the hub that everything else revolves around. So if we're looking at a solar system, well, everything revolves around the sun, right? So sweet, this is the freaking sun. That's the relationship. Sales is a byproduct of the relationship. Brand awareness is the byproduct of the relationships that you are building and other people telling about your brand. So we're going to throw up some content, and I want you to try to figure out, gee, if it was me as a consumer, what content would I want to engage with most? And we're going to show you a generic post and an organic post that are doing the exact same thing from a content standpoint. It's just how one is designed versus the other. At the end of the day, people buy from people. This is a relationship-driven business. 90.4% of consumers shop 0 to 1 funeral homes. So if you can build a relationship with the consumer through organic content that shows real people and actually an inside look at who you are as a funeral home, both your personal brand, which is way more valuable than your business brand ever will be, you've got to build that relationship. So I want you to take a look at this content and we're going to break it down. All right, so I'm going to show you about 8 different content examples, but I kind of want to preset, like these are very common types of content that most clients want us to create. Most clients want to achieve multiple things with content, but number one, most funeral homes want to engage their staff into their social media presence. So introducing staff to the community, doing different things like that. Help us create content that showcases our personalized funerals and that funerals don't have to be cookie cutter. They want to create content that addresses veterans and veteran benefits, and then different events that they're having at the funeral home, whether it be a lunch and learn event, whether it be a pre-need seminar, whether it be just something fun around a specific holiday. So I'm going to show you some content examples that address this, and we're going to show you examples that are generic versus an organic post for the exact same thing. So this first one, meet our staff, we're dedicated to serving you. This is a very generic post. However, if we flip it and we actually show a picture of the staff and say, okay, introducing our staff members, you'll see the difference. Just the image showing not a real human being or a stock photo blurred out in the background reaches 119 people and 16 people engage with it. Very poor performing post. The exact same type of post, 3,381 people with 500 engagements when we showed real examples of, or actually a real staff photo of people that work at the funeral home, where there's facial recognition, how we're building relationships through the visuals of who the staff are, and then linking out to the website where they can learn some bios about the staff. And we'll go even as far to break those down as just headshots and a simple bio about each employee as we go through the course of working with the client. This next one, personalized funeral services. So how do we showcase that? Here's an image helping you honor and remember each unique life. And we talk about the unique possibilities with a funeral. Generic versus an organic post where we talk about the same thing and then we show the Harley hearse, the motorcycle Harley hearse that could be used to personalize a funeral. So we've got 11,791 people reached versus 391, and we've got 1,341 engagements versus 13 engagements. The value is in the organic content. Again, establishing a relationship, showing real people, it's real time. It's not something that is cookie cutter. Not every single funeral home could show a picture of this Harley hearse. This funeral home client of ours actually has the Harley hearse. Now, there's not a real person in this one, but this is a real thing the funeral home offers, and it's visual versus just a simple graphic with words on it. And then let's look at this post. So this is a veterans post. We want to showcase that our funeral home honors veterans. So helping families connect, honor, remember, American flag, and then some information about veteran benefits versus this is us having a Memorial Day lunch for veterans and families of people that have lost a loved one serving. And it's a great way for them to give back in the community. Both show and talk about pre-need for veterans and their families. So really cool. The engagement, 1,675 people reached, 214 people engaged with the organic post versus 336 people reached and only 6 engagements on the generic content. Now, events. So let's look at events. Something as simple as Halloween. So one post just saying, hey, what's your favorite Halloween tradition? And we're talking about trick or treat and Halloween. 73 people reached, 1 engagement versus a video of 3 people at the funeral home. Hey, come see us tonight for trick or treat. 1,384 people reached, 418 people engaged with that. The value is in showing the people and the transparency. This creates a relationship with the consumer. And if we look at this, the video post, it reached 1,384 people. 308 minutes were spent watching that video content. That is huge. 308 minutes spent watching that video content with your community. That's 308 minutes of exposure around your brand to your community that cost absolutely nothing. So extremely, extremely valuable there. Now, for a pre-need seminar, a couple different things. This first one is just a fall festival. One image is announcing the fall festival sponsored by the funeral home. The other one is a Facebook Live video from the festival itself. Come join us. Same day these were posted. Generic, 517 people reached, 19 engagements. The Facebook Live, 1,264 people reached, 343 people engaged with it. Extreme, extreme value in the organicness of the live video. And then down here, a pre-need seminar. Same day these are posted. Tomorrow, cremation seminar, 7 p.m., 199 people reached, 8 engagements versus a live video that was recorded, 743 people reached, 45 engagements. The value in this is the engagements and the time spent with the content. Okay, I got one more that is important. So there's a lot of frequently asked questions that consumers have, and there's a lot of questions that funeral directors want to answer. And so we get this all the time. Should we create an infographic that explains a certain process, or should we create a video? We're always going to trump for the video. The infographics will get decent engagement from a generic standpoint, but here's an example of learn about the cremation process, and it's going to take them to a link that explains the cremation process on the funeral home's website versus same funeral home doing a Facebook Live video where they answer a question around organ tissue or donation, or answer a question around cremation. So basically walking the family through what the graphic is linking them to and doing it organic. So this graphic is reaching 213 people, 6 engagements, versus the live video, 3,726 people reached, 311 engagements. There is value in the organic content, and video gets 75% more engagement. Facebook Live video gets priority in the newsfeed. There's value in doing these things. Even if you didn't want to do it live and you just recorded the video answering the question and then we posted it. Now there's other things that go into a lot of this content. A lot of this content is posting things on the correct day and time that they'll get the most engagement, which comes down to measuring every single post, every single time you put it online, when you're getting the most engagement, what days you get the most engagement, what time of the day you get the most engagement. Is it what size graphic, where does the logo go, the number of characters in the post? All of these things matter. And so when you're buying just generic content, none of that analytic data has been done. It's just, hey, we created this great grief post, we'll give it to you because you're a website client, or because you use our pre-need product, or because you downloaded our app. It's not getting you anything. Free is free, and you get what you get out of free. So pretty valuable. Build a relationship with organic content. All right, so we broke that content down. Let me ask you this in terms of some other things that you may engage with. Why do you think that Nike, why do you think that Under Armour, Adidas, Louis Vuitton, Henry and Bendel, any brand that you follow on Instagram, on Facebook, why are there people in every single image that they put out? Nike never does just a quote graphic that says just do it. There's always a person in it with the product. Yes, you don't have a physical product that you're selling like a t-shirt or a pair of shoes, but at the end of the day, you engage with things that are real and organic because we relate to people. We inherently, as a culture, and a race, are social beings. We want to engage and know other people. So it is insanely important that the content that you are creating is organic to your funeral home and shows people, and it drives relationship. There are thousands of you watching this video right now that we have never personally met. However, we are connected through one social platform: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. You watch these videos, you feel like you know me, you see where I vacation with my kids, you see what my kids look like, my wife, my hobbies, the things that we do, you know that. And then when we do meet in person at a conference somewhere, I feel like I know you so well already through the engagement we have on Facebook, or we're friends on Facebook. Yeah, I knew you did that. We build relationships through seeing other people and engaging with other people. So the same way that it works from me to you, or you to me, or you to your friends, or you to the brands that you follow, is the exact same way that it works from the funeral home level to the consumer. Relationships, relationships, relationships. Quote graphics do not build relationships. Free content that is just bucketed and put out doesn't build a relationship. It may build awareness for something that you offer, but if the consumer doesn't trust you, they're not going to come to your funeral home because you offer that product specifically. You've got to build the relationship so there's trust and transparency. At the end of the day, relationships are the value, and this is the one thing that no other marketer in this profession talks about, simply because they are selling you bucketed garbage and they're fine with making money on that. I don't give two craps whether or not you call us to do your social media. Do I think you're smart if you do, because we will do it better? Absolutely. But I am telling you the truth, and I'm giving you all the ammo that you need to successfully do social media. Is it easier and better with us? Yeah, 100%. We're a Facebook agency partner. We've got things that you don't have access to, or other marketers in this profession have access to. So, generic free content will not drive consumer engagement. That is relationship building and going to get you more call volume. Organic, 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 which shows real people, that builds relationships. That is where the value happens, and that is how you leverage social media to be able to drive a lead and more at-need volume, is through building relationships. There's no secret, there's no gimmick. It's straight sweat equity and time in creating valuable content that moves somebody from a relationship standpoint. So that's it. It's pretty simple. You saw the graphics and the example posts that we used. What would you want to engage with? Do you want to engage with a Nike ad that just shows a swoosh and just do it? Or do you want to engage with a Nike ad that shows a swoosh and just do it, but LeBron's dunking something? You're going to engage with that one over just the text all day long. Organic content that's specific to your brand is going to be what builds the relationship that drives more at need and pre-need volume. So until next time, keep disrupting.